if he stands up and he talks about policy, he talks about issues, and talks about, you know, like basically gives a speech he's never given before. But again, I mean, even today, he put out a Truth Social that's like, you know, I forget what it was, attacking Joe Biden, of course, and all the January 6ers who are really just hostages. An insurrection against our Capitol that was violent, that attacked police officers, that attacked innocent people, and pretending like it never happened.
Did you hear what made Trump throw his McDonald's across the room? Adam Kinzinger just compared Trump's marriage to his tough guy act, both completely fake. The former Republican congressman didn't hold back. When Trump heard Kinzinger mock his relationship with Melania, he went into full toddler meltdown mode. Instead of defending himself like a strong man would, he immediately started whining about how unfair everyone is. Is this really the tough guy his supporters worship? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever notice how the toughest guys in school were the ones who cried when someone made fun of their girlfriend? Trump just proved he's that guy.
I'm a proud conservative, I always have been. As a proud conservative, I've always put democracy and our Constitution above all else. So while I certainly don't agree with President Biden on everything, and I never thought I'd be endorsing a Democrat for president, I know that he will always protect the very thing that makes America the best country in the world, our democracy. And it's because of my unwavering support for democracy that today, as a proud conservative, I'm endorsing Joe Biden for re-election. That this is a stark choice. This isn't just, you know, who do I agree with more on certain issues? I actually don't even really know where Donald Trump stands on many issues.
Adam Kinzinger delivered a blow that sent our former president into toddler tantrum territory, and it wasn't by attacking his policies or his hair. It was by pointing out that his marriage, just like his tough guy act, is completely fake. You know you've hit a nerve when the self-proclaimed strongest, toughest, most bigly brave man in America starts whimpering like someone stole his ice cream cone. Kinzinger went straight for Trump's paper-thin ego by comparing his marriage to his public persona, saying both were built on illusions and fake strength. Ouch. That's gotta sting worse than the spray tan machine on maximum setting.
During a peaceful transfer of power, and then act like it's the other side that's created an environment where there is violence in our discussion. No, look, we have to be serious about this, but what we can't do, and this is what I get worried about, is that we're gonna be intimidated away from telling the American people the truth, which is Donald Trump truly is a threat to democracy. Fred Upton, a congressman from Michigan, he has what we call the Upton prophecies, where he kind of like predicts what's gonna happen in the future. And he told me on January 7th, he goes, Donald Trump's gonna run again. And I'm like, no way. I don't believe it, Fred.
What's really telling isn't just what Kinzinger said, it's how Trump responded. Instead of brushing it off like the supposedly unshakable strongman he pretends to be, Trump immediately went into defensive mode with his usual playground insults. No clever comebacks, no substantive defense, just the same tired name-calling routine we've seen 1,000 times. For a guy who constantly brags about being tough, he sure does collapse faster than a discount lawn chair at a Florida hurricane party. Kinzinger didn't just throw a casual punch either. He came with the full wrestling announcer package. He described Trump as softer than a microwaved marshmallow, which honestly might be the perfect description of what happens when anyone criticizes the former president. One minute he's all puffed up and tough, the next he's a gooey mess of hurt feelings. Then Kinzinger delivered the knockout by saying Trump's ability to handle criticism is about as strong as a soggy paper towel. I mean, where's the lie? We've all seen Trump's Truth Social, meltdowns, whenever someone says something mean about him. What makes Kinzinger's takedown so effective isn't just his way with words, it's his background. Unlike Bone Spurs McGee, Kinzinger actually served in Iraq. He knows what real courage looks like because he's lived it. When someone who's faced actual danger calls you out for pretending to be brave, that hits different. It's like having a professional chef tell you your microwave dinner isn't gourmet. They would know.
I want, when I get out of here, to leave a country stronger than I came in. Donald Trump came in and basically has said, it's all about me.
I'm genuinely surprised how people close to Trump haven't talked about the odor. It's truly something to behold. Wear a mask if you can. And that's the Trump formula.
A little bit of a pungent odor, I would say, yeah. People were a little scared to talk about it, but it was obvious. Maybe it wasn't permanent or all the time, but It's there.
Trump's reaction to all this just proves Kinzinger's point. The minute his marriage got called out, Trump didn't respond like a confident man secure in his relationship. He didn't laugh it off. He didn't even offer a simple, "My wife and I are very happy, thank you." Nope. He immediately played the victim card, whining about how unfairly he's treated and how nobody respects him. If that doesn't scream insecurity, I don't know what does. But why did the marriage comment hit so much harder than other criticisms? Trump's been called everything from a failed businessman to a wannabe dictator, yet comparing his marriage to his fake tough guy act sent him spiraling. Maybe because it cuts to the core of his carefully constructed image. If his marriage is as phony as his strength, then what's real about him? Is anything authentic, or is Donald Trump just an empty orange shell with a comb over? The whole meltdown reveals what many have suspected all along. Trump's tough guy act is nothing but a cheap Halloween costume that falls apart at the slightest tug. He struts around like a heavyweight champion but crumbles like a cookie when anyone points out the obvious. The emperor has no clothes, just a very strange tan.
You know, people will tell me sometimes like, Adam, you're courageous, and I appreciate it. I'm not courageous though. I'm surrounded by cowards. Donald Trump is a weak man pretending to be strong. Americans that were concerned about January 6th that still voted for Donald Trump because other issues, economics, inflation, whatever. All we can do as leaders, as media, is just tell the American people the truth. And it's on the American people to seek out true information and not be manipulated, abused by a weak, small man. An insurrection against our Capitol that was violent, that attacked police officers, that attacked innocent people, and pretending like it never happened.
When you think about it, it's almost sad. Imagine being so fragile that a comment about your marriage makes you completely unravel. Most secure people would just shrug it off, but Trump can't because his entire identity is wrapped up in this illusion of strength. Without it, what does he have? Just a 77-year-old man with daddy issues and an unhealthy obsession with crowd sizes. The real irony here is that Trump's reaction to Kinzinger's comments about his fake strength only confirms how fake his strength actually is. If he were truly strong, he'd have laughed it off or responded with something witty. Instead, he had a meltdown that would make a 2-year-old say, "Dude, pull yourself together." So there you have it, folks. Kinzinger hit the nail on the head when he called Trump a weak man pretending to be strong. That's the perfect summary of our former president. This guy who claims to be tougher than nails completely falls apart when someone points out the truth about his life. The pattern is crystal clear. When faced with actual challenges requiring real courage, Trump crumbles faster than a sandcastle at high tide. January 6th, he was nowhere to be found when leadership mattered most. In the battle between substance and show, Trump chose the illusion every time. All hat, no cattle, or in this case, all spray tan, no spine.